Here you go, guys. This is Oscar here. As you might have seen my first video of driving from Sydney suburb of Campsie to Kingsford, which I drove through the suburb, and it took me just only 28 minutes in a peak time, but I was driving against the traffic. I was heading towards the city. But now the same journey, a slightly different way. I'll be taking the M5 tunnel and showing you how bad the M5 tunnel is. And if you thinking of moving to Sydney or living those suburbs where you have to come through either Canterbury Road or M5 tunnel or something like that, so you know what it's going to be like to live in Sydney and drive. And so that's the purpose of my video. So now it was 28 minutes to come through the suburbs, but now I'll be heading through M5, which meant to be quicker freeway. So exactly the same distance that I'll be driving, and making a video and see how long it takes me in a peak time to head to Campsie, Canterbury, or if you're living in Kingsgrove or that area from Kingsford. So stick around. Any question, please let me know. I will answer you. And always I'll try to improve my videos. Thanks for watching, guys, and please stick around. So it's now about 4:18, and we're heading towards the Campsie. We'll see how long it takes. Take this journey and have a look, learn something about Sydney's traffic. If you are thinking of moving in Sydney and living around those areas, then you will be driving going somewhere. But I'm gonna still go by a back way to get to the Gardeners Road. Then I'll be turning left on Botany Road and get into the M5 and take exit to Kingsgrove Road in Kingsgrove, and then I will be going from there via Canterbury Road. So yeah, if you would like to know more about how long it takes and everything, so you can check the whole video to give you all this information. If you're not living in Sydney, then you wouldn't have a clue, right? So you can get this information even though you live somewhere else and watch my videos. So just stick around. Sometime I will have things to say. Sometime I'm not going to say anything because there's not much to say. So this is a peak time, about just 4:20. I made this journey just now, not with the freeway, through the suburbs, just only in 28 minutes. And we started here. Now it's 1 minute 55 seconds. We'll be heading by M5 under the airport runway, Sydney Airport runway, to Kingsgrove, from Kingsford to Canterbury Hospital, just that way. That's it. Just stick around. Look at the traffic already. I don't think I'm gonna make this light now. I might have to wait for the next light to get to Gardeners Road. Good on you, young fella. See how narrow the roads are when it's congested and a lot of traffic. It's very hard to make it. That's why you need to be insured when you're living in Sydney, because you don't know when you're gonna get hit. Very lucky we made this light. We are in Gardeners Road now. So yeah, stay with me. It's a much nicer area than Campsie, Canterbury area. It's a very expensive area here in Sydney. You have to have a lot of money to live in here. we're just driving over that Southern Cross Drive there underneath. So East Lakes on our left. On our right, still East Lakes plus Rosebery as well. There's the East Lakes Shopping Center, as you might notice the sign there. Heaps of traffic compared to Gold Coast. Alice is living Gold Coast. You never see traffic like that in Gold Coast. Never see that many cars in the road. Fuel price here is not too bad compared to my area. It's about $1.28. It's only 15 cents expensive. In 10 kilometers away from where I live, it's everything expensive around here. That's the thing. You want to live in the good suburb, you got to pay the price. People are waiting for the bus. So the land that we are driving now is usually parked, but it's a freeway now. As you can see, it's a clearway sign there. But it's clearway in the morning, plus it's clearway in the night as well. 3 till 6:30, plus 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. It's clearway. So after 10, you can park for a few hours. But before 3, you have to move your car. If you don't, it costs you big money. They tow away your car, plus you get a fine, because it's no stopping. It's a clearway, so they will tow it away. So it's a 2:30 till 7:30 here. You can park Monday to Friday, this area here. Sorry, no parking. That means it's a clearway. As you can see, every light is getting us, and we are waiting. And we are not even quarter of the way of our journey, and it's already been 7 minutes. I know it's a boring journey. I'm not putting on any music or anything because might get a copyright if we post stuff with the music. Copyright strike, so it's not good. So we'll be turning left here on Botany Road. If you're gonna go through Wollongong or something like that, you still have to go through this way from Sydney. This is the Newmarket Hotel on my left. They have a function, bistro. If you're moving to Sydney, living around here, and you are new to Sydney, you might want to come here for a drink, a steak, very cheap steak, or function, stuff like that. Watch footy or something. They have a lot of facilities here. Everywhere in Australia, I guess. Pub like that in every corner. if you have just joined, I just want to tell you that I've done another video which I drove from Campsie to Kingsford, big time against the traffic through the suburbs, and it took me only 28 minutes. And we are just now driving through the traffic, taking the M5 tunnel, which means to be quicker because M5 is a freeway. A lot of money has been spent 20 something years ago, but how congested it is, that's the idea you're gonna get today. On my left, this is the Mascot police station. If you're driving past here middle of the night and had a few drinks, just be careful. You're gonna get breath tested randomly, and it happened to me quite a few times because I used to live in Kingsford and drive around here. I got breath tested quite a few times. Just driving over the Coward Street now. We are very close to the airport. That's all the shops in Muscat, just the starting the shops. We go farther down, there's gonna be more shops, restaurants, takeaways. So if you want to live in Sydney and you're gonna move here from country or some other small cities like Gold Coast or Cobb Serba or Newcastle or Bega or Ulumulu or Wollongong or whatever, you know what you're gonna face. So it's a congested city, a lot of traffic, busy. People are busy, they're rushing all the time. Fuel prices are more expensive. It's $1.27 here. Look at that, this guy nearly hit me. He doesn't even give a shit. Very, very aggressive drivers, taking risk. So constantly stop and go, and it's 11 minutes already. I have not made quarter of the journey. Quarter of the journey, we haven't even gone to M5. To get to M5, that's another 3 kilometers. Well, I guess people who lives here, like I'm living here now for nearly 5 years. I lived here before 3 years. Lived in Gold Coast, lived in Canberra. It's a daily routine. People get used to it after a while. The traffic is not moving at all. See all the shops here. It's a good thing about in Sydney, a lot of good food and very cheap food as well, and a lot of option. So it's a lot of restaurant here. It's an Auto One store as well. In Go Taxi, their head office is here, I think. That's on my right. There's an IGA here as well. There is a pub again on the right side. Tennyson Hotel. Yeah, plenty of time to look at everything because we're stuck. We're sitting in one place. On the left side, that red marking lane that you can see is empty, no one is driving. That's a bus lane. You won't see that in a small town or country town like that. So there's a post office on my right. So in a bus lane, there's a big fine. There are 2-3 diameter points. So some people want to do a shortcut and go to the bus lane. I suggest don't do it. Especially on this time, in the early morning, peak time, the highway patrol and then a lot of motorbikes cop, they target those lanes. They hide in the bushes on the side of the road, wait for someone to jump in, and they pull you over. and book you. So yeah, it's close to 14 minutes now. I have not even gone to M5. We'll see how long it takes today. Just a video purpose, going to the M5 to give you guys some information. So the airport is in my right now. If I want to get to airport, I gotta turn right here. If I miss this, I can go to the next light and come back around. That's the good thing. As you can see, everywhere you look is just cars and they're all stuck. They're not going anywhere anytime soon. There is a new apartment block that is built right next to me. There was nothing here about a year ago. So it's a quite developing city, and 100,000 people moving every year, and then not to mention the other people like us who come from overseas, from Europe, from China. People moving here every day. A lot of backpackers, a lot of tourists, a lot of students for better life. And then it's not gonna go any better. It's just gonna get more and more congested. So we hardly moved for quite a few minutes now, and we have not gone to M5 yet. 16 minutes to my journey, which is only 15 kilometers. If you go 10 o'clock at night, it takes you around 15 minutes from Kingsford to Canterbury. So I'm stuck here for a while, looks like. Look at the traffic in Sydney. Just stick around, get an idea of how the M5 is like. If you would be moving to Sydney and wanting to work in the eastern suburbs, or Kingsford or Maroubra, La Perouse, Hillsdale, that area, and you're wanting to live in southeast, like Cornola or Campbelltown, Bankstown, Ribsby, that area, you will be driving this road every day, and that's what you're gonna face. And if you want to catch a bus or train, there is no train in Kingsford. You have to get to the city, and then you have to catch a bus. Either you want to go work in Randwick or Coogee or somewhere there. So stick around, get an idea. Stick around, get an idea of how it is like to drive in Sydney, and you want to do a 9-to-5 job or whatever. We're just trying to make it the way. It took me 28 minutes against the traffic through the suburbs. Now I'm heading through the freeway. It's meant to be quicker. We will see how we go. Look at on my left. Look at on my right. Cars everywhere. Everyone is in a rush. They want to go home. They worked all day. Doing all their homework in the mobile phone. Just stick around, get an idea. It's not going to cost you any money. You might learn something watching this video. When I lived in Gold Coast, you said to someone, "Oh yeah, I lived in Sydney." "Oh, you lived in Sydney? Oh, such a nice city." It's a beautiful city. It must be a nice place to live. It's a bit expensive, yeah. Not only expensive, it's not a nice place. And you get all that. Look at this guy making a left here. He's gonna block me completely. When my light turned green, he's on my way. He's not supposed to do that. You can't really go. If he is stuck there, we would do the motorcyclist way. There's no other way. Because everybody is looking for a shortcut. There you go. So the problem here that it's 2 lane turning into 1, then it becomes 2 again. But it's the hardest things to get to this lane. So we're gonna try here. We might try further down the road. This guy is just blocking everybody. Just try further down the road. This way, it might not be that so bad. Let's see what happens. Should be anyway here. Alright, well, if only someone give away, that's what it is. So I'm gonna have to be a bit sneaky here. We missed the light anyway, but we gain a lot of ground. We can do that legally. There's a people later behind me, nearly hit me, and I nearly hit the car in front of me. So Sydney's business. Because I didn't want him to hit me. It looks like he was gonna hit me, so I went farther down. I still have a 1 foot left to the front car. There's a pre-platter in front of me, there's a pre-platter behind me. As you can see, the car's going on top of our head, this flyover there. That's the freeway. That's where we would like to go. That's where we're going. That's the road we're gonna join with them. So they are coming from the city. If people who is going to the airport, they are taking exit on our left. From the city, they are coming, taking an exit and heading to the domestic. Or you can go international from there as well. Or you can go, don't take an exit here, and you take another exit on your left. It will take you General Holmes Drive, which is, you can see, it will take you to the international airport, which is another 4 kilometers drive, by the way. And domestic here is just only a kilometer. But still, it will take you maybe 10-15 minutes to get to it this time. So we'll see what happens. 23 minutes to our journey. We are not even in M5 yet. So if I want to head to the city, it's left here, Southern Cross Drive, and that's a Southern Cross Drive where the people are coming. That's going to become an M5. So it's green. We'll see if we can make this light. Just trying to make this light here. There we go. Lucky, we made it. Looks like it. So if you can see on the top, there is a lot of cars stuck there. They're moving very, very slow. Very slow. And that's how you'll be moving pretty much, as you can see. That's how they'll be moving. If you can't do left and right and change your lane very quickly here in Sydney, you will not be going anywhere. You will not be going anywhere pretty much. This is the traffic light in Sydney. This is all this lane becoming 2 lanes, and then these 2 will go and mix up with these people from upstairs, the one from the flyover. So there's gonna be another headache there. So, well, 25 minutes already, and we have not gone through halfway. And when I drove through the suburb, and it was 28 minutes to come back, but it was against the traffic. It might have taken another 5 minutes in a peak time, but as you can see how bad it is because it's a freeway. Everyone from Campbelltown, Macarthur, Blacktown, that's the way they're gonna go. So they don't really have any option. If you are working around southeast here, around Maroubra and La Perouse area, so you gotta go through this way. If you want to go Coogee, Randwick, or Bondi, it all has to come through this way. And that's how the traffic is like every day. People doing that in Sydney. It's meant to be 70 kilometers on here, and we are going around 10 kilometers, which is even less than 10 kilometers. M5 tunnel. That's why they're making that West Connect, which is do pretty much similar job as the M5. I heard a story like when they built this M5 tunnel, the company who built it, they actually have offered to the New South Wales Premier at that time, who was Bob Carr, that just pay us another $1 billion or something, so we can do a 4-lane. We can do a 4-lane. Or at that time they did not. Agree, so they only did 2 lanes. And if they would do 4-lane, it would have been much quicker. As you can see now, they're spending 10 times the more money trying to make West Connect, and it's not worth it, is it? It's 20 years ago they should have done that, and the traffic flow would have been much better. I can see the airport on my right side. It might not be visible in the camera, but very soon we will be going under the runway, and yeah, you will see it. The planes are going over our head. Let's see, there's another headache here. It's a merging lane ahead. So if you notice, there is 2 camera here. See on the left, there is 2 little white thing. They are the average speed camera. They are for the heavy vehicles. But at the moment, it's not a big deal, these average speed cameras. But when it's free, the traffic flow in the middle of the night, and then they take your number plate and speed here, and then they measure it somewhere else in Byron Bay or something like that, and try to work out how fast were you actually going. If you are going too fast, they can somehow work it out. So that's the runway over our head. There's no plane going past at the moment. So this is a very small tunnel that we are going through of the underneath the runway. So it's a very big runway, and we're gonna join M5 if we are staying in this lane. So this, me and the right side lane, they're all going to M5. Or if you're going to Brighton, Lee Sands, or you got to be on the farther 2 lane there. You got to be on that 2 lanes. So that will take you to Princess Highway again. See the other people that are going on the right, very far right. They're all going Cronulla, Sutherland, Sanssouci, Menai, all that area. And we're just gonna joining now M5. So we will be, see on my right is the airport again. I can see all the planes. And yeah, on my left is the water. It's a harbour. Beautiful place. Except from the traffic that I don't like. I can see all the Qantas planes on my right. So now this is one of the another small tunnel that we are getting. After this tunnel we will be joining the main tunnel. So that's one small tunnel here before the M5 tunnel. So traffic flow is not too bad here. As soon as we're gonna get to M5, it's gonna slow down a lot more. So we're not there yet. We are about 1 kilometers away, I think. So from here, if we want to go to the international terminal, we've got to take exit. Or if we want to go to Rockdale or somewhere, we can take exit here. If we want to go Liverpool, Canberra, or any other southeast suburbs, we've got to go straight ahead. So we are heading to the second tunnel. Before that, there is an exit. That's the main tunnel. Once you get into this tunnel, there is no way out till Kingsgrove. So if you take a left here and then go right on Murray Street, that will take you to International, and you go left here, it takes you to Rockdale or surrounding suburbs from Rockdale. So now it's 60 already, merging lane ahead. So as you can see how much traffic is slowing down. I am about 31 minutes to my journey. So it's complete stop now, this lane. If I'm lucky, you can go right lane. I might be a bit quicker. And this is no chance because it's bumper to bumper traffic. I have to just stay in here and make sure I don't hit anybody. Let me. So yeah, just still in the entrance of M5 in the tunnel. It's hardly moving. It's an 80 kilometer zone here, and we are moving about less than 20. Sydney's traffic. Yeah, it's only, as you can see, it's only 2 lanes. If it was a 4 lane, it wouldn't have been an issue like that. They're making it, they're extending it. They're making another tunnel side by side with this one. So hopefully I leave that long to be able to see it and drive on it. Yeah, it's just 20 km an hour, that's it. Stick around. Let's see, get an idea of the Sydney's M5 tunnel. at least we are moving, even though there is no traffic lights. Compared to other city, I find still people are quite patient here. Because they're used to of that every day. They're used to of driving in this traffic. The thing, that's the most hardest thing to drive in a traffic like that. Stop and go, stop and go, stop and go. There's no consistent driving. Either you're on brake or you have to accelerate. You can't go any slower, you can't go any faster. I've seen a lot of people bumping onto the traffic ahead because they're structured. Traffic all of a sudden just stopped the car ahead of you. So yeah, that's how it's like to drive in Sydney. All these tunnels they're building, and luckily we don't have to pay up to Kingsford, the King George's Road. But if you take exit after that, then you will be paying as well for driving in this traffic, because it's a freeway. There's nothing's free in Sydney. You got to pay for everything, including the roads. In fuel price that we are paying here, if you are paying $1.40 for a E10 or unleaded or anything, it's 40 something cents is actually tax. This is the tax you have to pay. If you are registering your car, you're paying tax. If you're getting insurance, you are paying tax. When you get to the road, congested like this, you are still paying tax. They say, oh, we don't have enough money to make the road, so you gotta pay a toll. Who's gonna pay this? So where does the money go? Like, all these people, they're buying fuel. Look at this clown going in between. And if he hits someone and falls off, you know what is gonna happen. The people behind us will be stuck here for next 3 hours because they won't be able to get out unless the emergency services get in and clear out the area. And all you need is a one accident to make a chaos from eastern suburbs to city to all this area here. And this happens quite often. It happened very, very often. I hear it in the news every day. So, well, we can't do nothing, right? We just do what we have to do. Go from A to Z, pay our taxes, make sure all the money get wasted doing this research, doing that research. Then when you come to the road, you face something like that. Let's say we don't have enough money to make the road. We need to put more taxes. Yeah, look at that. Everything we make, is the 50% actually goes on taxes. If you calculate, you can work it out. Income tax, GST, fuel tax, car registration tax. There is tax everywhere, and it's still not enough money. And well, there is never enough, is it? Depends how you spend it. If you're wasting like the governments are doing these days, when it's become like some of the country like Europe, like Greece and all that, then they can learn something from them, you know. I don't think they want to learn. So Australia is lucky because everyone wants to come here. And all these people coming from overseas, they're paying the taxes and keeping the country alive. If there was a Honduras, nobody wants to go there, and then it will be Stone Ages. So at least they have a road here, you can drive even though it's congested. A lot of people say, oh, it's actually better than Europe, or it's better than that country, or better than this country. It's better than London. And for how long? That's what it matters, right? If the governments were clever, it shouldn't be like that. Because they don't think of people. All they do is think of themselves. That's why all these things. That's why it's so much traffic. They want to think about the economy. People come from India, China. They're going to study in these universities in this country and pay the money so that the university can run, so the people can pay taxes, the country can run. On the other hand, they don't think of all that. Well, we don't have enough roads, we don't have this, we don't have that. What is going to happen to the people who are living here already? You know? It's strange. Look at on the left, there's too much traffic. On the right, there's too much. This guy just jumped in front of me. Maybe not even insured. So yeah, that's pretty much around 42 minutes. And I am still about 3 kilometers away from where I started my journey when I was heading to Kingsford. So I'm gonna take exit here. That's the Kingsgrove Road exit, and it will take me to the Canterbury, Campsie, all that area, Boat. So we'll see what happens. So now, if you look to my left, it's still going just the same pace. And there is always camera. Look at that traffic on the left. This is unbelievable. Look at on the right, and they're heading towards city. They're heading against the traffic. It's how bad it is at 5 o'clock. So now I'm going to I took exit already. I'm going right here, Kingsgrove North, and you go left, it's going to be Kingsgrove. There is another exit, the King George's Road. After that exit that I've taken, that will take you to Beverly Hills, Greenacre, all that area, Ribsby, and that's free as well. As soon as you go through that exit and you don't take it, and you head to Campbelltown, Liverpool, and all this area, you will be paying about $4.50 depending on where you're taking exit, toll. And then road has been built 20 years ago. You're still paying toll on it. They're going to make a new tunnel. You'll be paying toll on it. Sydney Harbour Bridge has been made 90 something years ago. You're still paying toll on it. And if you go up there, they say, oh, we need the money maintaining the Sydney Harbour Bridge. And you go up there, you look at the bridge, it's all rusty and it's all disaster. So thanks for watching, guys. It's still not over yet. My video will be finished when I get to the location I actually have started. Once I get there, stick around, you can get an idea of how long it takes. So that's only 40 something minutes. It's a 40 something minutes, and we are still not there yet, and we can come by a freeway. I mean to be quicker through the freeway. And same journey after 8 o'clock at night or 9 o'clock at night, before 5 in the morning. It takes only 15 minutes, and we are already 40 minutes already to our trip, and yeah, still 3 kilometers to go. And I made that back through the suburbs, and it was only 28 minutes, about an hour ago. I left Kingsford, it was about 20 past 4, and we are around 10 past, so close to 50 minutes. I'm actually, yeah, there's a Bunnings on the left on Kingsgrove Road, and imagine people who live in MacArthur or Sutherland and all that area, they have to go through this traffic every day. They have to pay toll every day. The amount of money you'll be making, and you're paying toll and the fuel and the time that you're going to spend on the road. It's a very hard life in Sydney. You rather live in Gold Coast or Canberra and you make a $200 less a week, and you should be much happier because you will save so much time. You will have more time for your family, and you will be more happier. Why not just sit at home and watch TV or go to the gym or something like that? If you want to spend in traffic like that all day, that's I don't see how this is healthy. I understand Sydney is so expensive, you can't really afford to live here in the inner suburbs, so you're gonna have to live far away. You want to live in a big house and stuff like that. So you're gonna have to take the journey every day. I suggest if you can work in the city and take the train, that would be much better choice. If you're living in Campbelltown, if you're living in MacArthur, Glenfield, all these suburbs, Liverpool, it takes some trains that take like fast trains. They stops only limited stops, and they take you around 40 minutes. But if you're taking a local train, it will take you an hour and 15 minutes. Because I used to live in Glenfield, Casula, that area, and that's what I used to face every morning. To start work at 7 o'clock in the morning, I needed to wake up at 4:30 in the morning. Nowadays, I live close by, I drive close to work, so that way I only spend 15 minutes to get to work, and that's all it's very much. And I drive as well, and I don't have to head to the city. Very, very lucky that I got the job close to my work, close to where I live. Very important you watch through the whole video and get an idea of how the M5 is like if you don't live in Sydney, and get a view of structure for if you're living very far away and you're wanting to live in Sydney, so you can get an idea of exactly how long time it will take you to commute. So now we're heading towards Canterbury Hospital. That's where I live. And my journey started just further down the road from Canterbury to Kingsford. Campsie is one suburb of Canterbury, Bankstown Council. And it was 28 minutes to get there to Kingsford, and nearly an hour it's taking me to get back. So that's 1.5 hours I've spent to go there and come back. In the middle of the night, I could have done it in 40 minutes to go there and come back. So just for this video purpose, to show people, give an idea. If you live in Newcastle, you won't have an idea of that, what I'm showing you on my videos. And it's important that I post something like that so people can get an idea of what is Sydney, how it is like to live here, how is the road here, how much traffic is in here, is it worth it living here, is it worth it if you are in Canberra and you're making like a 50,000 a year, is it worth it for you to make here and make 50,000? Of course not, because you're gonna spend your time in traffic like that all day and go nowhere and spend more money on rent, more money on everything. And it's better to be living in outside the city of Sydney. I'm not sure about Melbourne, I didn't live there, I don't know much about traffic, but what I've heard is not that great. But Sydney is a much more worse than Canberra, that's what I know. So here we go, guys. As you can see, the fuel price here is $19.9, and when we are in eastern suburbs, There was about $1.35 or something like that, some places. So I am very, very close to finish my video here. And thanks for watching, guys, again, being a subscriber. And check out my other videos, share it with people, and always ask a question. If you are confused, you want to know something more about the Sydney traffic, check out my other videos. It's a red light camera here on my left. If I would have gone through, it would have cost me close to $450. The fines are very, very expensive in Sydney. And the Canterbury Hospital just on my left. You can see a nurse across the road. She's trying to cross the road. You see a building on my right side. There was nothing here. About a year ago, there was nothing here. It was all broken houses. You can see a house on my left. It was a house like that here. Look at how many apartments has been built. But if you look at the road, it was 20 years ago. It was the same Canterbury Road and an M5 tunnel. That's it. So all these people that coming and living in Sydney, they have to use this road, have to go to work, they have to do something to make money, to survive. And that's why all this congestion. So once again, thank you very much, guys, for watching. I appreciate your patience being with me all the way through. So don't forget to check out my other video, which one only take me 28 minutes to get from Canterbury to Kingsford, against the traffic through the suburbs. And I drove by M5 now to get out here. And so what is the difference? It's a similar distance, about 1 kilometer or something. I had to drive more to come by M5. And thanks for watching again. Hopefully you learned something from this video. Hopefully I solved your problem. Thank you. That's Oscam. Bye.